In the morning, you stood in front of the mirror, brushing your hair slowly. The sunlight came through the half open curtains, lighting up your soft face. You looked at yourself and forced a small smile. Today was Sarah's baby shower. You were happy for her, but also nervous. Behind you, Jungkook turned on the bed. He was waking up. Good morning, you said softly, hoping he would reply. But he didn't say anything. He sat up, ran a hand through his messy hair, and walked straight into the bathroom without a single glance at you. Your heart sank, but you didn't show. It has become normal now. 3 months of marriage, 3 months of silence, 3 months of cold distance. You finished getting ready and walked out quietly. You heard the shower running. A part of you wanted to knock on the door and just ask, "Are you okay?" But you didn't. You knew he wouldn't answer anyways. You walked downstairs and saw Jungkook already in the kitchen. He stood by the counter, making toast and coffee. He looked so handsome in his formal shirt, sleeves rolled up, hair slightly wet from his shower. But the cold air around him was stronger than any winter. He didn't say a word. You sat at the dining table, placing your hands on your lap, staring at your plate. Jungkook set the breakfast down, toast, eggs, and coffee. You looked at him quietly and then spoke. "Jungkook," you said in a soft voice, "my friends are invited to Sarah's baby shower. I also want to go." He didn't even look at you. "Why are you asking my permission?" he replied, taking a bite of toast. "I just thought," you paused. "I thought you might worry if I don't tell you." "Don't worry," he said flatly. "Just go. You don't need to ask my permission, okay?" You slowly nodded, feeling the lump in your throat. "Okay." After finishing his food, Jungkook wiped his mouth with a napkin, picked up his black office bag, and walked towards the door. "I'll be late," he said without turning back. And just like that, he left. You sat alone at the table, your food untouched. Your chest felt heavy. He really doesn't care. He doesn't even look at me. Why am I hoping he will change? Then your phone rang. It was your best friend Ria. You attended the call. "Hey Ryan, are you coming to Sarah's baby shower?" You tried to sound cheerful as I'm coming. "Great. What about Jungle? He's coming too?" You gave a weak smile. "No, he's busy with work. He doesn't come to such events." "Okay, never mind. Just come. I'll be waiting outside," Ria said warmly. "Okay, I'll see you there." You ended the call and stared at the phone. You thought of Jungkook again, his cold face, his sharp words, the way he never smiled at you anymore. "He hates me, doesn't he? Maybe it's because of our past." You closed your eyes, trying not to cry. Later, you went upstairs, changed into a soft pink dress, and added light makeup. You kept it simple. You weren't in the mood to dress up too much. You ordered a set of drinks and snacks as a gift, jerky milk bags. You took the gift box in your hand and came downstairs. After locking the door, you handed the house key to the security guard. "The lock is set. I'll return in the evening," you said. The guard nodded. You booked a cab and sat inside, looking out of the window the whole time. The roads passed by, but your mind was still stuck on Jungkook's blank face. Ria waited at the baby shower venue entrance. She waved at you happily when she saw you. "Ryan, over here." You smiled and waved back. She came running and hugged you. You look so beautiful. It's been so long. Thanks, Ria. You look great, too. You replied with a soft smile. We both walked inside. The hall was decorated with pink and white balloons, baby-themed banners, and soft fairy lights. The smell of flowers and cake filled the air. Sarah spotted you and rushed over. "When you came, I'm so happy," she said, hugging you. "Of course. How could I miss this?" You smiled, trying to hide the pain behind your eyes. As the party started, more people came in. You joined your group of college friends, and the room slowly filled with laughter. Everyone played fun, baby shower games like guessing baby names, passing the pacifier, and baby food. Then came Nancy, the one girl who always had something to say. "Beautiful, yes, but bitter too." "Why?" she said loudly as she walked towards you. "Long time no see." You gave a small smile. "Hi, Nancy. It's been long." She sat beside you and smiled, but her eyes were sharp. "So I heard you got married, Jungkook, right? That's your guy?" You nodded carefully. "Yes." "Wow," she said, smirking. "You really got lucky." You didn't reply. You just sipped your juice. She leaned closer and asked with a sweet but mean smile, "So when are you getting pregnant?" The question hit you like a slap. Your fingers froze around the glass. Ria beside you glanced at you surprised. A few other girls nearby also looked at Nancy in shock. You swallowed slowly. "That doesn't have a fixed time. It will happen when destiny allows." You said calmly. Nancy laughed. "Oh really? Destiny? Or maybe because your husband doesn't love you." You looked at her, your smile fading. Everyone turned silent. "I haven't seen one picture of you and him together. No couple post, no wedding flags, not even one dinner selfie. I mean, are you sure he even wanted this marriage?" You opened your mouth, but Ria stood up. "That's enough, Nancy," she said sharply. Jungkook loved wines in school. He was always admiring her from far. Nancy laughed. "Oh really? Then why can't we see that now?" "What do you see, Ria? Love letters, secret hugs?" You forced a smile and answered, "We love each other, Nancy, but he's busy being a CEO. We didn't get much time to take pictures." She raised a brow. 3 months and not even a minute for a photo. There is no time for pictures. How will you even make babies? Look at Sarah. Married for 1 month and already pregnant, but you're still nothing. I don't think your husband even looks at you. Her words were cutting through you like knives. Rhea stepped in again. "Stop it, Nancy. You have crossed all limits." You held Rhea's hand gently. "It's okay. She doesn't know. Let her speak." The games continued, but you stopped smiling. You laughed when others laughed. You clapped when they clapped, but inside you were empty. You avoided lunch with the group. You quietly stood near the window looking out. Maybe Nancy is right. Maybe I'm not good enough for Jungkook. You and Rhea sat in the cab, heading home. The silence was heavy. Rhea looked at you. "You okay, Ryan?" You nodded, but tears rolled down your cheek. "I'm not okay, Rhea. I'm really not." Rhea held your hand tightly. "You don't have to act strong, Ryan. Tell me what happened." You took a deep breath. "He never talks to me. He wakes up, goes to the bathroom, comes down for breakfast and leaves. That's our daily life. No smile, no hug, no kiss, nothing." Rhea looked shocked. "But why? What happened?" "We were forced to marry because of family reasons, and I think he still hates me for something that happened long ago." You sniffed. "He never once held my hand, never once looked into my eyes and smiled." Rhea hugged you gently. "Why? Please talk to him. Tell him how you feel. Don't suffer alone." You nodded silently. You stepped out of the cab after hugging Rhea goodbye. As you opened the door, you saw Jungkook sitting on the couch in the living room, still in his office shirt, staring at the TV with the volume low. He looked at you once, then looked away. You didn't speak. He didn't speak either. You quietly walked upstairs, your legs heavy, once inside the bedroom. You stood in front of the mirror. Your reflection looked beautiful but broken. Tears fell again as Nancy's words echoed in your mind. You're not pregnant. He doesn't love you. You're not even beautiful to your husband. You went to the bathroom and took a long shower, hoping the water would wash away your pain, but it didn't. The sting in your chest only grew. You came down slowly, wrapped in a soft pink cardigan, your hair tied loosely. Jungkook was sitting at the dining table. You saw two plates set, one for him and one for you. He had made dinner. There was warm rice, stir-fried vegetables and grilled chicken. The smell was comforting. A small bowl of soup sat beside your plate. He didn't look at you. He was waiting silently. You walked past the table and went to the kitchen. You took a bottle of water from the fridge. As you turned to go back upstairs, you heard his deep voice. Are you not going to eat? You froze for a moment, then turned slowly. I already had food at the party. You replied softly, I'm full, and I'm poor anyway. You didn't wait for his reply. You walked upstairs. Jungkook looked at the table. He glanced at your untouched plate. He had prepared everything for you. He didn't say anything. He slowly sat back down and began eating alone. He ate quietly, only a few bites. The food tasted bland now, not because it lacked flavor, but because you weren't there beside him. After finishing half of what was on his plate, he stood up, cleared the table, and walked upstairs. You were lying on your side of the bed, facing the window. The room was dark, only the soft moonlight coming through the curtain. You don't know when Jungkook came in. You pretended to be asleep. He walked to his side of the bed and lay down slowly. You stayed still. A few minutes passed, and then you shifted just a little and turned towards him. His chest was facing you. You slowly inched closer, pressing your head softly against his chest. Your tears fell silently. I know you're sleeping, you whispered, but I just want to say like this for a while. Just once. Your voice cracked. Today someone said I'm not good enough for you. That you don't love me. That's why I'm not pregnant. That's why we don't have pictures. That you don't even look at me. You bit your lips to stop the sobs. Why did you marry me when you hate me this much? You whispered between sobs, your fingers slightly clutching his shirt. Jungkook didn't move. His eyes were closed, but he wasn't sleeping. Your mind suddenly took you back to that day, your wedding day. It was supposed to be the happiest day of your life. The wedding venue was decorated beautifully. White roses, silk ribbons, candles in glass holders. You stood in the bride's room wearing a stunning white gown. Your hair was styled perfectly, makeup done, shoes ready. But something was wrong. Your groom, the man your parents arranged for you to marry, a rich businessman from a powerful family, had run away, gone just 2 hours before the ceremony. He left with his ex-girlfriend. You sat in silence, staring at the mirror. Around you, your mother cried. Your aunt tried to calm her. Your father stood outside the room, talking to guests and trying to hide his shame. They are going to laugh at us, your mother sobbed. What will people say about our family? Yunan said, this is a disaster. You felt numb. Everything felt fake. You couldn't believe the man you were about to marry had abandoned you like that. And then Jungkook came. He wasn't just anyone, he was your family's close friend, your classmate from high school, the one who had once confessed his love to you, and the one you rejected harshly. You didn't even know he was attending your wedding until that moment. Your father was pacing in the hallway, Jungkook wearing a fitted black suit, walked up to him quietly. You heard their voices through the open door. Mr. Jung, your father whispered, Uncle, Jungkook replied softly, I know I heard what happened. Your father's eyes were filled with tears. We are ruined. Everyone is laughing at my daughter, at our family. I begged that boy's parents and now they won't even answer my calls. There was a long silence. Then your father said the words that changed everything. Jungkook, will you marry her? You froze inside the bride's room. You couldn't move. You couldn't believe what your father had just asked. I know this is sudden, your father continued, voice trembling, but you're a good man. Our families know each other. You're successful, kind. I trust you, Jungkook. There was a long pause, and then Jungkook said, Okay, uncle. You heard your mother gasp behind you. The wedding happened quietly after that. No loud music, no smiling photos. You stood beside Jungkook in front of the officiator, hands in his, your heart empty. He didn't look at you during the ceremony. You became his wife, just like that. Your tears were soaking his shirt. You sat up and looked at his sleeping face. He looked peaceful. You wiped your face and whispered again, I thought you married me because you still loved me. You looked away, eyes feeling again, but you didn't. You said mostly to yourself, you just married me because my father begged you. You stood up and sat on the edge of the bed, back facing him now. I remember high school Jungkook. You said in a low voice, you confessed to me behind the library. You were so nervous. You let out a painful laugh, and I rejected you so badly. I told you were don't match. I said I would never marry someone like you. You were wild back then, careless, always skipping classes, always fighting. You looked down at your hands. I didn't see your heart. I didn't see how much you cared. You covered your mouth with your hand and tried not to sob. But I did later. After you left for college abroad, I missed you so much. I cried so much I realized I liked you too, maybe even loved you, but it was too late. You stood up and walked slowly towards the window, and then this wedding, I thought maybe, just maybe, you married me because you still had feelings for me. You turned to look at him, but I was wrong. Just then Jungkook moved, her eyes widened. He slowly opened his eyes and sat up. You were awake. He whispered. He nodded slowly. I heard everything. He looked away in embarrassment. I'm sorry, you said. I should not have said all of that. He stood up from the bed and walked closer to you. I didn't marry you for revenge, he said softly. You looked at him in surprise. I didn't know what to do when your father asked me. I saw your face that day. You looked so broken. I couldn't leave you like that. You swallowed hard. So it was just to save my family's respect. Jungkook nodded. That was a reason at first, but I never stopped loving you. Your breath caught. He stepped closer. In high school, when you rejected me, I was crushed. But I still loved you, even after you went silent, even after you ignored me. I loved you, Wine. Tears ran down your cheeks again. I didn't talk much after marriage because I thought you were still in love with that man. I thought you were forced into marrying me. You shook your head. No, I agreed to marry that man because I didn't think I had any other option. My parents forced me, and I thought you hate me or have someone in your life. I thought you hated me, Jungkook whispered. And I thought you hated me, you said while shaking. There was silence between you both. So many unsaid words, so much pain. I love you, Jungkook, you finally said. He looked at you with wide eyes. I loved you in high school, but I was scared. I acted proud, and when you disappeared from my life, I felt like I lost something forever. He slowly reached out and pulled you into a warm hug. I love you too, Wine. Always did, always will. You clutched his shirt tightly. I'm sorry for misunderstanding you. I'm sorry for staying away. You looked up at him and gave a small smile. What about what about my friend said today you asked that I'm not pregnant, that you don't love me? Let them talk, Jungkook said gently. We don't need to prove anything to anyone, you nodded. But he added with a soft smirk, if you really want a baby, we can start crying. You laughed and wiped your tears. No, let's take it slow. I just want to be close to you first. He hugged you again, tighter this time. I will never let go again, he whispered. And for the first time in months, he felt like a real wife, his wife. That night, the bed didn't feel cold anymore. The house didn't feel silent, it was warm, filled with love and new beginnings. Two hearts that once misunderstood each other now finally spoke the same language, love. Communication is the key, not suppression. Thank you for watching.